Welcome to another Harvey Hot Topic. My name's Nathan Harvey, and Game 3 of the Heat-Celtics series just concluded. The Heat took a 109-103 victory, but the Heat were up by 26 at one point, and the Celtics slowly clawed their way back to make it at least a more respectable loss. One part about this loss was the fact that Jayson Tatum had another off-shooting game. Now, he's had a few of these throughout the entirety of the playoffs. He might go on a 1 or 2 game stretch where he doesn't shoot as well as he would in the rest of the games. We saw that in the Nets series. We saw that especially against the Bucks. He shot a couple games, I believe it was game 2 and 3, where he didn't shoot so well, and there were questions, is he a superstar? Is he just a star? Is he even a star? In my opinion, top 10 player in the NBA. He could have off-shooting games. He's human. He could have these types of games. He's not a superhuman where he can just shoot 50%, 48% from the field every single night. Although we would love to see that, it just isn't plausible. A huge part besides Jayson Tatum shooting 1 of 7 from 3 and 3 of 14 from the field, 10 points, 6 turnovers, 6 rebounds, can't really have that, was about what I just said, turnovers. 6 turnovers from Jayson Tatum, 23 entirety from the Celtics. You might be thinking, okay, so they had a decent amount of turnovers. What about the Heat? The Heat had 8 turnovers. A team like the Celtics who have off-shooting nights from most of their players. Their bench players only put up 16 total points. Peyton Pritchard took 1 shot in 13 minutes, scored 3 points. Stauskas, I don't know how to pronounce his name. 0 minutes, he had put up 3 points. He came in, made a 3, and then left, I guess. Grant Williams, 10 points. Rest of their bench, nobody. Derek White, 14 minutes, 0 of 2 from the field. You had Jaylen Brown, 40 points. He did commit 7 turnovers, but he had 9 rebounds, and he put up 40 points. So, tit for tat. Scored 40 points, gave up 7 turnovers. You could deal with that because your guy is basically getting back what he lost. He gave up the ball, but yet he could score 40 points. Jayson Tatum, on the other hand, 6 turnovers, 10 points, horrible shooting night. You can't really have that. Celtics, 23 turnovers, and especially in the second half, they were sloppy with the basketball. In the entire game, it seemed like the Heat were really running away with this. They were up 26 points at one point. In the first quarter, the Heat really set the tone. 39 points to 18 points from the Celtics. Setting the tone early. Having the Celtics not gain a rhythm, always trying to claw back. The Celtics never had a lead in this game. The Heat were in full control the entire way through. Jimmy Butler got hurt in the second half, only able to put up 8 points. So we don't know how healthy he'll be in Game 4. So we'll have to see. Kyle Lowry came back, shot okay, 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3 for 11 points. Bam Adebayo, he played tremendously. 31 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. He filled the entire stat sheet up. He really showed out for the Heat when the Heat needed him. The Heat desperately needed him in this game. The Celtics, in Game 1, 42 points in the paint. Bam Adebayo shut that down. And on top of that, he built on his offensive game. He hasn't been shooting the ball or really scoring particularly well. He's averaging about 14 points a game against the Celtics. So he's averaging 13 in the series, or in the entire postseason so far. So for him to score 31, that's a great sign for the Heat. He's getting down low. He's drawing fouls. Victor Oladipo was an unsung and underrated MVP of this game. He had 4 steals in the game. He disrupted Jayson Tatum. Same thing with PJ Tucker. Disrupted Jayson Tatum. Wasn't allow him to get in any sort of rhythm and really shut down the Celtics offense. Grant Williams, he'll have great shooting nights. He'll have poor shooting nights. It really determines on, where they are. He scored 27 in Game 7 at Boston Garden. So maybe he could do it again, or TD Garden now. So the Celtics, in order for them to win this series, they need to get in some sort of rhythm and not start off down by 21 points. You just can't have that, because then you'll be clawing your way. You'll be forcing threes. You'll be forcing shots. The Celtics actually shot better than the Heat did. They also took 22 less shots The Heat shot 92 shots in this game compared to the 70 that the Celtics took. You allowed the Heat to get off 22 more shots than you did. That could either be you're just not shooting the ball. Well, it turns out you don't even really have a shot when you give up 23 turnovers compared to 8. As the number one defensive team that the Celtics were throughout the regular season and into the postseason, they didn't really show it. They only got 2 steals compared to 19 from the Heat. We need to see Jayson Tatum get into this sort of rhythm. The Heat are now up 2-1, right? The Bucks, they were up in the series as well, and the Celtics got into a rhythm. They started playing much better, and they were scoring the basketball a lot. Jayson Tatum, 35-point games, 40-point games. He had a 46-point game. I believe it was in Game 6 or Game 5, either one of those. You had Jaylen Brown consistently putting up 25. Now he's putting up 40 because they needed him to. Shot 14 of 20 from the field. 3 of 9. Can't really ask for much better from Jaylen Brown. Al Horford, he played 42 minutes, put up 20 points and 14 boards. If I were to tell you, Al Horford, 20 points, 14 rebounds, and Jaylen Brown, 40 points, 9 rebounds, you would say probably the Celtics played it pretty close if they lost or they won the ball game. And then I tell you, Jayson Tatum had 6 turnovers and 10 points. You're like, oh, yeah, that's not looking so good. And the bench put up a total of 16 points. This series is going to come down to who's healthy. And that's what it really come down to. Jayson Tatum seemed like he had a right shoulder injury. Marcus Smart had some sort of ankle injury. And then Jimmy Butler had inflammation in his leg. And Strus seemed to be grabbing on some sort of his some body part that could be hurt, could not be, could just be sore. Kyle Lowry came back off injury. We'll see how he does throughout the series. We don't know the status of Jimmy Butler. We don't know how bad Jayson Tatum's injuries and Marcus Smart's injuries are because they came back in the game. Jimmy Butler was ruled out, but Marcus Smart and Jayson Tatum both came back in the game. So we'll see how they will be in Game 4, which is in 2 days from now. We'll discuss Game 2 and Game 2 of the Heat Celtics and Game 2 of the Warriors Mavs and Game 3 of each of these series and potentially Game 4 at a later date. Me and my dad are actually going on a vacation where we will do one show in Hawaii. We're going to be going to Hawaii and we're going to be doing one show there. So make sure you guys look out for that. But for this Harvey Hot Topic, this will be the end of it. We went about 8 minutes, give or take. But hope you guys enjoyed. My name's Nate. My name's Nathan Harvey. This has been a Harvey Hot Topic. I'll make sure you guys stay in the now with everything that has to do with this series and my reaction and my analysis and breakdowns of each of these games. But for this Harvey Hot Topic, see you guys next time.